Tonight on Cheap Seats.
Slower, slower, slower.
Ever see a little movie called Speed?
Hilarious.
Y'all are ridiculous.
A Greek stolen by Israel underneath the Bobby.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Cheap Seats, the show that world-renowned violinist Yitzhak Perlman calls the best damn sports show, exclamation point. Hey, we've got a great show for you today. The 1976 ABA All-Star Game and Slam Dunk Contest. Now, by 1976, the ABA was to the NBA what Sammy Hagar was to David Lee Roth. A louder, less satisfactory alternative. Well, while Sammy Hagar drifted down to Cabo San Lucas and developed his own line of tequila, the ABA did what Sammy Hagar should have done. It folded and was never heard from again. Now, before we take you back to our nation's bicentennial year, here's what we want you to look for.
Here's what to look for. Here's what to look for.
Keep an eye out for the utter lack of creativity with regard to the dunks. More exciting things have come out of Ryan Seacrest's mouth. There is, however, one dunk of note. It was in this very slam dunk contest in which Dr. J unveiled his now famous free throw line jam in an utter defiance of gravity not seen again till Tia Carrera starred in The Relic Hunter. And speaking of mountains, let's head out to Denver with the Kiss. Yes, because nothing says ABA action more than the Bee Gees. Security guard or village person? You decide. Either way, you know he's packing heat.
Also from San Antonio, elusive and ranging and at 6'7", the only, quote, guard entered in the contest.
Why quote? Is he not really a guard? Nope, he only became a guard so we didn't have to go to Vietnam.
Dominating figure in the ABA at 7'2", Kentucky Colonel's Artis Gilmore.
Is he getting booed? Is he even wearing shorts? That's why he's getting booed.
To an art who has thrilled ABA fans with moves that have been beyond comprehension.
I don't know what that means.
For the New York Nets, the fabulous Dr. J. Julius Erving.
Dr. J's fro is so big, they're keeping the prize money in there.
And the shortest man entered at 6'4", but as Dr. J observed, he plays like he's 7 feet. In his rookie season, amazing fans around the league with his
This guy?
explosive jumping ability. The Denver Nuggets, David Thompson.
Oh. Traveling. Wow, this guy really is a rookie. Who are these guys? They are not men. They are Devo. So we just stand here or what? I don't know, Chad. Just because I'm in a red jumpsuit doesn't mean I have all the answers. Follow him. Does Gervin seem depressed to you? You know, he did not have to do this. Yeah, up his Zoloft and give him a sandwich. This guy could do body double work for Laura Flynn Boyle.
And George quickly going to the two-ball slam dunk.
I wouldn't describe anything that George just did as quick. That's definitely going to put him ahead of Ralphie May in his quest to become the last dunker standing.
At the mandatory under the basket.
Mandatory dunks? Yet drug testing wasn't even mandatory in the ABA. The bar has been lowered so much, it's buried underground.
Oh!
That was less of a dunk and more of a really aggressive layup.
George Gervin comes back strongly with that one.
Barney Collier from Mission Impossible giving instruction to the Iceman. This league will self-destruct in 30 seconds. How did this contest ever make it past year one?
Tremendous effort by George Gervin.
He called that a tremendous effort? That's like calling Jim Varney a national treasure. You know, I was struck by one thing in particular in that first segment. The fact that George Gervin looked like a tall Robert Townsend. Yes, of course. But also, I was more struck by the sheer waif-like stature of the Iceman. He's so skinny, I couldn't help but think of one of our favorite games. Does it weigh more than Gervin? Okay, this is a game where I take real items from the real world and ask Randy whether or not they weigh more than Iceman George Gervin. First item, 16 fat babies. Who doesn't love a fat baby? Sandra Bernhardt, true. But 16 of them, that's a different story, Randy.
Okay, all right. Now, you got to figure at least a few of them have filled their diapers, so that's going to add some weight. I'm going to go with fat babies.
Correct! Yes! Diaper load put them over the top. Now, number 2, a stack of all the sold copies of Vanilla Ice's latest album.
Wow. Now, if going platinum means selling 1 million records and going gold is 500,000, I know that Vanilla Ice's latest album went copper.
That's right, 250.
250,
Right.
so that's not a lot of CDs, but I feel like could they weigh more than Gervin? I'm going to go with Vanilla Ice.
Correct again! And that is straight street, dog.
Yeah.
And finally, number 3. Which weighs more, George Gervin or Callista Flockhart and one of Kirstie Alley's legs?
Wow. She's missing a foot.
Yeah, I think she ate her foot. But just leave that.
All right, that is a Lifetime movie waiting to be written, that's
That is
for sure.
correct.
But together, do they weigh more than Gervin? I'm going to have to go with Flockhart in the Leg, which, as a side note, I think should be the name of Vanilla Ice's next album. Okay.
That is correct again! 3 for 3, Randy. Nicely done.
I am pretty smart.
All right, stay with us. More ABA on Cheap Seats right after this. Well done, young man. Hey, welcome back to Cheap Seats. Now we're watching the 1976 ABA All-Star Game, and you can't help but notice how majestic Dr. J's afro is. Let's take an in-depth look at his fro using this Cheap Seats Afrograph.
Or as we like to call it, the Graphro. Now, as you can see, Dr. J at this point in his career is peaking, Afrocentrically speaking.
And to give you an idea of how big that afro actually was, the 1976 Farmer's Almanac tells us that these items could fit into Dr. J's afro. 11 adult field mice.
2 ripe honeydews.
15 fat babies.
Okay. So his hair weighed almost as much as George Gervin.
No, not really, Randy, but the surface area was like twice as big.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Let's get back to the ducks.
David Thompson and Dr. J. And here is the Denver Nuggets, David Thompson.
David Thompson, only 6'4". Yeah, but he plays like he's 7'2". But he swims like he's 5'9". I heard he reads like he's 6'7". Wait, he's from Denver? Yeah, you would have never been able to tell by the crowd reaction. I'm gonna sit in a yoga pose. Hey, somebody started screaming before he dunked it. Was this pre-taped? Now he's got the whole crowd in the palm of his hands. Game, set, now. Oh, God, that was awful. All right, now this time you want to dunk it, David. Thanks, man.
Twist around, slam dunk.
Twist around? I think it's called a 360. No, this was from before they had degrees. All right, fast forward. I think Dr. J could palm 2 balls in one hand. Ew. What kind of doctor is Dr. J? Tree doctor? No, I heard he's got a PhD in dunking on your punk ass. Slower, slower, slower. I don't want to say Dr. J's fro is huge, but David Thompson's inside of it, and he just did a twist-around dunk. What's he doing now? Tall guy hopscotch. Nice close-up shot. Is John Cassavetes directing this now? Okay, that was cool. That's how Shaq should take his free throws from now on. What are you talking about? Shaq never gets fouled. Now, if Dr. J were a medical doctor, you'd have to take off your pants and wait like 45 minutes by yourself just to see him dunk. This event really needs some music. Where are the Bee Gees when you need them? Quietly drifting into oblivion. Did Dr. J just run a give and go with old Sport Coat? I'm I'm going to give Sport Code an assist. That's one more than Kobe averages. I love the white guy that just slid in at the end. I don't remember any of his dunks.
Do you care about fatherhood?
Yeah.
Enough to do a short play about it?
Let's do it. Where'd you learn how to do this?
From you, Dad. I learned it from watching you!
And scene.
Just the facts. Do you care?
Do you care that Dr. J. Julius Irving was the father of tennis player Alexandra Stevenson? Do you care that ABA All-Star Ralph Simpson is the father of recording artist India Ari? Do you care that former NBA All-Star Sean Kemp has fathered 7 kids with 6 women? No, but I do care that ABA and NBA All-Star artist Gilmore fathered these girls. Stick around, more cheap seats after the break.
Randy and Jason fact or fiction. Now, guys, you know how this one works. Number one, Randy seems like he's waning a bit, and he won't be able to finish the show. Fact or fiction?
Well, John, Randy seemed to miss opportunities to go for the throat with a few jokes early on. And he almost got wrong the small fact that you have to identify which of Kirstie Alley's legs we're talking about. Because let's face it, one is fatter than the other. Do your research. Now, look, I know it's a long season of shows and nobody really shows up till sweeps, but you can't be phoning it in this early. I say fact. Randy goes down before segment 4 ever hits the air.
Fiction. I couldn't disagree with you more, Legs. I mean, with Randy, he has the ability to lull you into thinking he doesn't know what he's talking about, and then, boom, he'll slide swipe you with a misdirected joke. You got to play defense when you're listening to him, and you got to respect his long-range jokes. How'd he drop a Ralphie May reference right under my nose? He's just getting stronger and will be there until the end.
You all are terrible. Absolutely horrible. Are you watching the same episode of Cheap Seats that I am? I think not. The issue here isn't whether or not Randy can handle himself up until the end. I have no doubt in my mind that my man can do that. It's the relationship between Randy and Jason that has taken a beating. And unless they can come together with a strong ending, it's Weber Iverson all over again. 2 talented guys who need to find a way to coexist before they self-destruct. I'm creating a new term, faction.
And because we'll allow you to make up words as well. Now, number 2.
Thank you very much.
Jason will be traded to Houston for Juwan Howard by the end of the week.
That's a fact. Juwan's hilarious. And if they never made reference to Jason leaving and Juwan starting, and everyone's still treating them like identical twins, now that's funny. Juwan will get the minutes he's been wanting, and Jason could really help Houston by teaching Yao some rules of comedy. I think it's a good move all the way around.
Fact. Jason's been wanting out of his contract since day one. Call it pressure from Kobe, the media in his face, or the fact that Randy can grow a beard, and he can't, really. But he's on his way out.
I'm not even going to answer that question. Jason's not going anywhere. Y'all are ridiculous. You can't break up the team. What would you guys be without me? Fiction.
Well, guys, there you have it. Back to you.
Gilmore hits the foul shot, and we are tied once again. 113.
Another classic all-star defensive struggle.
Simpson goes to work on Tedder. Gerard in the corner.
Nobody puts Gerard in the corner except his parents when he's acting up.
Back gets the rebound. Gerard takes it away.
Gerard Depardieu. Or Depardieu be...
By Gus Gerard, and it pays off. 12 points.
See, back then, material for uniforms was rationed because of the disco wars. That's why the shorts were so small.
Now the world against Bobby
All right,
Jones.
pause it. Now, not every possession in an all-star game is compelling.
Thank God for the shot clock, right?
Wrong. Sometimes even 24 seconds feels like a lifetime. So we've come up with our own version of the shot clock. It's our 24-second joke clock. Okay, Dr. J's afro is so big it sends its own delegation to the UN. Dr. J's afro is so big it has to buy a separate seat when he goes on a plane. There's more scoring here than at Colin Farrell's bachelor party. I haven't seen defense this ineffective since the Iraqi army in the first Gulf War. Is that score... is that the score, or is that Ruben Studdard's cholesterol time? All right, I'll give you everyone except for Ruben Studdard, because while the construction of the joke works, 113 is actually pretty good as far as cholesterol goes. Personally, I would have gone with 113. Is that the score or the number of days we haven't heard from Michael Moore?
Bobby Jones will inbound. Does so to Issel.
That was a sweet pasizzle, my nizzle. Thanks, Snoop Dizzle.
Simpson drives past Taylor, gives to Issel, drives, no, but there's Bobby Jones.
Now, why wasn't he in the slam dunk contest? Too fat.
And 17,798 now, standing at their seats.
That's not true. There's a fat guy in section 114 still sitting. He's got bad knees. Wait a minute. Is that Bobby Riggs? Yeah, earlier in the evening, he got his butt kicked in the three-point shooting contest by Nancy Lieberman-Klein. All right, fast forward.
Out it goes to Simpson. Makes the move on Taylor. They have 7 seconds to shoot. Ball
Come on, I've seen Karl Malone make a better pass at Kobe's wife.
Reek stolen by Issel underneath to Bobby Jones, and he stuffed it in.
And after being dunked on by Bobby Jones, Dr. J faded into obscurity.
Into the basket once again. The Nuggets by 8, 131 to 123.
I know it's Denver, and I know it's January, but man, Dan Issel is white. He's so white that I think we need to play a little 24-second joke clock. Okay, Dan Issel is so white, he managed the Osmonds. Dan Issel is so white, they use his blood to correct typed documents. Dan Issel is so white, he's an honorary Celtic. Dan Issel is so white, he posted up in the lane, raised his hand, and a cab pulled up. Dan Issel is so white, he's clear. Dan Issel is so white, he just kicked some Native Americans off their land.
Nice, Jay. 5 points.
I don't know, Ran. I mean, I feel like the audience could have been better. I don't know. I don't like to blame the audience as a rule, but is there a weird group in the house tonight?
If by weird you mean a group of professional crowd extras, then yeah.
What are professional crowd extras?
We're actors who portray crowds. Have you seen a little movie called Speed?
Yeah.
We were the people on the bus.
What are you doing here at Cheap Seats?
Research. An upcoming episode of ER. We're playing a group of curious onlookers at a horrible train wreck.
Well, I hope we're giving you some inspiration today.
You are. It's been the best yet.
Okay, all right.
You guys just keep doing whatever you're doing because it's perfect for us.
Okay,
all right,
we get it.
When I tape that episode, I'm thinking about you guys.
All right. Wonderful. Hey, welcome back to Cheap Seats. Now we're watching the ABA All-Stars take on the Denver Nuggets. And as in any All-Star event, the name of the game here is defense. Let's get back to the action where the Denver Nuggets are leading 142 to 138.
Knight, Paulson, Irving with Silas and Taylor. And now it is Silas, and they'll work the late Mr. Sy.
The late Mr. Sy might be the worst basketball nickname ever. Yeah, that's what you call your old Jewish uncle after he dies.
The Nuggets has to just wind the...
Anybody want to foul someone here? Maybe stop the clock? No? Okay. They're rolling the ball now. No one wants to foul anyone. Maybe try to win this thing. Anyone? 4 seconds left. Great. Nice. Nice urgency. Way to know the situation. You fouled him with 2 seconds to go? That's a little late, isn't it? Yeah, why don't you just foul him in the locker room while he's putting on his dress slacks? Wow, that's tight. The camera shot? No, his shorts. Those things are higher and tighter than David Crosby and Graham Nash's leather vest.
There were about 15 photographers on the court.
Everyone be sure to stick around for the gut-busting action of donkey basketball after Jones ices the win right here.
Jones now will have 3 to make 2.
Is the camera on top of a washing machine?
138, and as all All-Star games, the highest...
Okay, 2 seconds left. Just inbound the ball. We can all get out of here. Oh, God!
The Nuggets will get the ball with 2 seconds to go. David Thompson needs one basket to break the All-Star record.
And he's got plenty of time left to do it. Aww.
The Denver Nuggets have defeated the All-Stars in the night.
All right, let's move ahead to the awards ceremony, where no doubt a small, tasteful trophy will be presented to the MVP.
The Bay McCarthy Award, as Larry Brown has won his first All-Star.
Hey, it's a 19-inch TV and a 300-inch cabinet. Wait till they wheel out the oak-encased Atari. It only weighs 75 pounds.
Most valuable player.
Trophy. You will also win the Zenith Entertainment Center as well as this beautiful trophy. David Thompson.
The hometown guy's the MVP. I smell conspiracy. Come on, Jay. This is Denver, not the Ukraine. Just give him the damn TV.
The Ted Malik Memorial Award. And now David will have a few words.
Here's your future eBay sale item, sir. I think it doubles as an umbrella stand.
First of all, I'd like to say indeed an honor to play in the All-Star game. And to
David, it's not that big of an honor. All the Nuggets got to play in this All-Star game. It's not like you were voted in.
It's just fantastic, and it's just made the season wonderful for me. So thank you very much.
Okay, when's the last time you heard an athlete say wonderful? Mario Lopez as Greg Louganis in the Greg Louganis story. He said it like 11 times.
Player in this All-Star. Now here's Dave DeBusschere, the commissioner.
Successful All-Star game in the history of the ABA.
In fact, it was so good we're shutting down the league.
9 points in the second half.
I don't think there's any reason we need a camera in close here. We'll just stand up and I'll just read the scores off this loose sheet of paper. That should look professional.
Jones of 30. A look at the scoring, the high man.
Hi, what's happening? Oh, nothing, just getting ready to hike up my pants.
You want to stand here and pretend like we don't know we're on camera?
Sure.
In the voting had 19, and Dan Issel also with 19 points. Byron Beck and Claude Terry with 14 apiece.
Sup, ladies?
Gerard had 12. For the All-Stars, high man Julius Erving with 23.
It looks like they're about to harmonize. Down by the old mill stream.
Artis Gilmore with 14. The others in double figures. Ron Boone, Billy Paltz, and Larry Keenan with 10.
You know, it's been about 13 seconds since I hiked up my pants, so... Yeah, that's more like it.
11th grade at McNichols Arena. A fabulous display for the ABA.
Well, I suppose I better get going. These pants aren't going to hike themselves up.
We hope everybody watching...
I think David Thompson still has that TV. I think David Thompson lives inside that TV. He's had some sad, lean years. Not that lean. Not that sad either. Well, it's time now to give out our own version of the giant wooden television. It's Cheapy time. Most valuable old dead Jewish guy. I gotta go with the late Mr. Sy. He was out there running the offense when he could have easily been at home complaining about his gallbladder. I'm gonna go with Theodore Herzl. I mean, he couldn't do anything in the Nuggets game, but that was one of the founders of the state of Israel, so you gotta give it up for that. Well, that's our show, and you guys have been a great... What's this? Oh my God. I've been traded to the Houston Rockets for Jawad Howard. Yeah! See you later. Yeah! Woo! Yeah, in your face, lamp. Woo! What's up, phone? Yeah!
Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Kennedy here in our ESPN newsroom. Breaking news the deal between the Rockets and Cheap Seats has fallen through. Reportedly, Jason has failed his physical.
Look, come on, man. When I said see you later, it was like a nice thing. Like I was saying it like to my buddies. Hey, you're my Hey, I would say that to mom and dad. Where are you going? Come on. Oh, man.